Hey loves, welcome to my channel. My name is Winnie Jean. If you're new here and if you're returning, then hey girl, how you doing? Today's video is sponsored by Ali Pearl. They sent me over this really pretty body wave closure wig. All of the details will be down below in the description bar, but I wanted to show you guys how you can achieve like a frontal-esque side part effect using a closure. So to start off, I'm going ahead and popping my wig cap on. I already kind of laid my edges back and left out a little bit of sideburns because if you know, you know. I suck at laying lace sideburns, so lately I've been just leaving my own sideburns out. I gave them a little bit of a curl so they can match the texture of the hair because it's a body wave wig, and then I went ahead and just laid them down with a little bit of edge control so we can, you know, give what we needed to give. Now I'm applying a little bit of powder foundation. I used the Maybelline Matte and Poreless powder. I believe the color is Toffee, and I just use that to kind of change the color of my wig cap. We're not going to do a bald cap method just because you don't really need to, which is one of my favorite things about this hairstyle. But as you can see, the wig is a 4x4 closure and it has clips on the inside, so I'm going ahead and popping it on my head turned way to the side, child. And as you can see, it's kind of giving us a side frontal vibe. So to make it blend a lot better, I'm going in and plucking the front, and then I pluck right behind the hairline as well, just to add a really nice gradient into the more full hair in the back. When you pluck your closures and really like customize them, you can get the full frontal effect, which I really love. And to apply my wig, I'm using a little bit of the black Eben spray. I love this stuff. It lasts really well, and I just love how it blends into the skin. I think it really like allows your wig to lay nicely. I put a little bit of that foundation powder on the lace as well, and then went ahead and just laid it down. Alright, now this is what she's given so far. As you can see, you can't really tell it's a closure because we're going to have like a nice full swoop, soupity swoop. So I'm using my elastic band to go ahead and lay that lace down. And while we're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and press the back. I like to part a section going back first just to make sure that all of the tracks are covered, especially when I'm doing my own hair, because the last thing you want is for your hair to be laid and your tracks be out. That is just tragic. So I like to go ahead and section that area off first, and then I take smaller sections on the sides and just keep going and pressing them out until I know exactly where I want my part to be. Now, the reason why I didn't do a regular video is because this is my first time doing this, so I honestly wasn't sure how I wanted it to lay, and I wasn't trying to talk through it as I figured it out, so I went ahead and just did a voiceover. And I love how it came out, so I'm going ahead and sharing it with you. Now, because we tilted the wig to get the side part, it's not even, and I needed to go in and trim it a little bit more than I normally do. And now I'm going in and added some really nice layers with my razor comb. I prefer a razor comb cut for a blowout look. I think it just lays a lot more like naturally and flowy, and it gives. So I'm going in with my razor comb instead of my scissors to get the cut. I was a little nervous to cut too much, so I feel like I could have went a little bit shorter on the swoop, but I love how it came out, so I'm just gonna rock with it and show y'all what I did. And you want to make sure that you go in and add layers in the back too, because you do not want it to be flat in the back with all this volume in the front. Definitely carry the layers all the way through. And I'm pressing the front back just to give it a little bit of that lift in the front that I love. And then I'm going in and trimming the lace off, and I'm trying to trim it a bit jagged, so I'm going kind of back and forth in sections until I cut all of the lace off. myself a day and count my But as you can see, the lace is lacing. I'm using a little bit of the olive oil Fix-It spray just to add a bit more melt to it. I always like to add a little bit more spray after I trim the lace. It just really gets those edges really laid down and seeped into the skin. And to define the part, I'm applying a little bit more of that foundation powder. And now it's time to style. We have it cut, we have everything laid. I'm gonna go in and actually use my little round brush tool. I got this little Chi round brush from Amazon. Yeah, I got it from Amazon. I'll try and link it down below. I am obsessed with this thing. Y'all don't understand, I'm obsessed. I added a little bit of shine spray and some leave-in conditioner spray just to add a little bit of products so that the curls can last a bit longer and make the hair a little bit more smooth. It don't give the same effect. So what I'm doing is I went in and I dried the roots and I kind of got those nice and pressed out, and then I spent a lot of extra time on the ends to get this really pretty curl that you see there. And I'm doing this same process up my entire head, and it gives a really pretty, like, voluminized, just sexy. I hate to just say it, just, you know, plain as day, child, but it's giving sexy. It's giving very much bedhead, very much tousled. It's giving what I need it to give. And this is the finished look. As you can see, the layers look amazing, and so does that lace. It blends in perfectly, and I love the placement. I hope that you guys really enjoyed today's video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, babes.